afternoon, everyone. This is Sana Tamin Rahman from University of Liberal Arts Bangladesh, and I once again welcome you all to the closing ceremony of the Bangladesh chapter of Daring Debates. We are going live from both the official Facebook pages of ULAB Debating Club and Difficult Dialogue. The Bangladesh chapter of Daring Debates started from yesterday with 4 preliminary rounds, followed by a pre-final and a final debate today. I would like to request the Adjudication Corps to give their comments on the judging process and share their experience with us. Firstly, I would like to call Mr. Shudipta Ahmed.
Hi, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So in general, when it came to approaching how exactly we wanted to set the motions for this particular tournament, we wanted to have discourse around a lot of issues that are both controversial and non-controversial, but should be spoken about in general. We felt that there were a lot of conversations that intersected with other issues, but broadly, people oftentimes miss the nuance of these topics, which is why we set motions on a wide range of topics, beginning from the importance of children's literature, feminist vigilante justice in the developing world, to things like the importance of the ways that our resources are managed, from water management to how exactly to manage housing prices. We wanted the discussion to cover a broad set of topics, and to that end, we do believe that we tried our best to make this experience the best we could for the participants, so that both the judges and the participants had to really think and reflect on a number of issues that are both affecting our society, and a number of issues that perniciously almost entirely get hidden by a lot of news media, simply because these issues are not headline worthy, but impact our lives in much more subtle but very important ways. To that end, we wanted to give some nuance to the discussion process and to create more scope for the discussions that we're already having on things like democracy and the free press, which is something that we kept in mind while discussing in what direction we would like this tournament to go. But in general, the judging process in BP debate also requires teams to not have just a shallow understanding of these issues in general, but because there are 8 speakers and 4 different houses, you really need to go into the depths of these ideas, because oftentimes a good enough team will adequately cover all that is to say within the first 14 minutes in the upper house debate, which is why it then becomes the responsibility of the lower house to go further into those ideas in order to bring more nuance into the issues. But oftentimes smarter opening houses will try to preempt that so that they do not end up ranking beneath their lower. And this creates more incentives for debaters in general to think harder and to fight harder in order to earn their place as the first or top ranking teams within any debate. So that in general is one of the reasons why we love BP debates, in general, why we dedicate so much time to BP debating in general, which is why I really admire ULAB and Daring Debates for allowing us to engage in debate in a format that is beloved by all of Bangladesh. I would really also like to thank the ORCOM for being so accommodating as to allow us to make the tweaks that we felt was necessary in order to make this tournament function. That is it in terms of what the adjudication process and the thought process of the adjudication core was in terms of setting motions, in terms of judging debates. I have nothing else to add, but I would gladly like to invite Alia Fairuz to continue onwards in terms of what the thought process of the adjudication core was in this regard.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you. Hello. So I was the other member of the education panel along with Inkiat and Shudipto. So, like Shudipto mentioned, we try to give very like contextual or very important discussions when we gave different motions that we thought were very representative of how a lot of like how our societies function or were representative of the problems that we're facing on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of the preliminary round motions were based on, for example, feminism, vigilante justice, which sort of reflects the current protests that are currently happening in Bangladesh, or just about how democratic governments should be run and whether or not we should live in a world where there could be a global democratic government, because would that world bring in better democratic values or allow people to have more democratic will? We think that given how these discussions are really important for a lot of people to shape their views, and how given how this tournament brought in so many institutions coming in from Khulna, coming in from Chittagong, we think that it was a very good way in which we could introduce this discourse or introduce these topics for a lot of individuals. But secondly, we also try to incorporate a lot of important issues that are often like not addressed in a lot of public debates or public discourse platforms, which is why we brought in the idea behind how our limited water resources should be managed in the finale debate, where we tried to have debaters argue on the basis of what was good for the environment and whether countries should be willing to give up their authority over control over their water resource for a better environmental justice or just for better environmental reforms in general. And with that, we actually got to see a lot of promising teams from different backgrounds, and they made a lot of arguments, which I think like brings in a lot of like our biases to be challenged. Given how we are often like raised in a society where we often don't get these platforms, I thought that this platform initially sort of helped a lot of teams discover ways in which they could defend a better way of governing democracy or a better way of governing the environment. So with that, I think that we would also like to thank the ORCOM and Daring Debates for giving us this platform in order for us to introduce discussions, because we think it's really important to continue discussions regarding these topics. But yeah, we really enjoyed having a huge pool of judges coming in from different countries. Like we had a lot of foreign educators who came in and gave up their time, and they thoroughly enjoyed the debate because they thought that it also introduced a lot of interesting topics regarding vigilante justice or about children's literature that they found really intriguing. But lastly, in general, we think that the ORCOM has done a terrific job in terms of helping us and guiding us through the entire process, and we're very grateful for that. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Alia, and thank you, Mr. Shudipto. We are very glad to have you amongst us. In response to the COVID-19 crisis, the 9th Annual Global Sustainability Film Awards is moving online. From November 16th to 20th, TVE, Television for the Environment, will join forces with and film with around 60 and 90 minutes of environment and sustainability content each day. The TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards recognizes outstanding films from the business, nonprofit, media, and creative sectors that inspire audiences with real-world solutions for a more sustainable future. India-based Difficult Dialogues is an annual 3-day forum about themes of contemporary relevance. Now, in its 6th year, Difficult Dialogues comprises intensive discussions on a different theme every year between diverse stakeholders, including academics, young talents, celebrities, activists, politicians, and leaders from the media, business, and international organizations. This year, the dialogues will be held online in conjunction with the GSFA and will focus on environmental themes. Now let's enjoy a video that will give us a gist of the Global Sustainability Film Awards.
The power of film and storytelling can't be underestimated to create change. But the challenge is big.
I fundamentally believe that film has a hugely important role to play in helping people understand and engage and be inspired to act about the huge environmental challenges that are facing our planet.
The These pioneers already have the answers that we need.
Conservationists and local people have shown just what a difference can be made when we work together.
The team has therefore found a sustainable, groundbreaking design solution, one that can be retrofitted easily at a low cost and adapted to other regions around the globe.
Fair Trade has worked so hard for the last 20 years to create a model of business with purpose.
And, thousands of people thrown out of work, boats beached, canneries emptied, and I think that's where I began to understand that there'll be no jobs on a dead planet.
When we started the Global Sustainability Film Awards, the idea was not just to do corporate social responsibility outside of the company, but also to change things within.
With immense pleasure, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Liberal Arts Bangladesh, Professor H.M. Johirul Haq sir, to say a few words.
Thank you, Sana. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Good afternoon. Actually, I'm very delighted and I'm very happy to be with you this afternoon because, I strongly believe that students can gain huge experience out of the conversation, out of dialogue, out of the event that, our debating club organized, like daring debates. So it's a very good thing for the students, for the new generation, for the country, for the society, and particularly for ULAB. I'm so happy that our debating club and the coordinator of debating club, Mr. Tawhidul Islam, under supervision of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shamsud Murtaza, organized this event at ULAB, and I would like to thank both of them for organizing such an important event for the young generation. Our students will, I am sure that they will get a huge experience out of this, conversation that they had last 2 days. So I am, of course, I am very thankful to the difficult dialogue forum because they have organized this daring debate, event. So of course there is most probably there is a committee of daring debate. I think I thank daring debate committee, and also my thanks to ULAF committee, and of course my thanks to the judges and to students and to the faculty members who are involved to this organizing process. So I am sure that our student gained huge experience, and that will help them to be good professionals for future, and the kind of experience that they gathered will help them to have experience which will be very useful for their future job as well. And I am sure one team is going to join in international forum, and I am very happy to learn that most probably one of the teams from public universities is going to be champion, and they are going to join the event at international forum. So, and I also learned from Tawhidul Islam that difficult dialogue is going to also organize this event in Bangladesh next year as well. And I am very keen to host this event from ULAB. So my sincere thanks to everyone who are connected to this process. I am I can see here Dennis is here, Mr. Pratik and Sudipto. My sincere thanks to all of them, and my thanks to the organizer of ULAB Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. It is also our great honor to have amongst us our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of University of Liberal Arts Bangladesh, Professor Shamshad Murtaza, sir. I would like to request sir to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Sana. Thank you so much. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Interesting thing, so when Daring Debate approached us in June, we received a letter from our Vice President, Dr. Kaziani Ahmed, via his friend, Ahsan Akbar. Both of them are involved with Dhaka Lit Fest, and they got into the circuit, which organizes Daring Debate. We just had 3 months to roll it out, and it was a real challenge, and I knew that I have a shoulder that I can rely on, and that shoulder happens to be a tall one, Tawhidul Islam Khan. So I just pass on the bucket to Tawhid, and then Zareen, Sana, and others. So the debating club got involved. Even though we had the pandemic going on, this has happened, and to make things worse, we had the worst internet attack. I don't know, so they're cutting the clutters all around the city, so all the fiber cables are being chopped, and so the program was disrupted. So we're sorry to our international audience for that, but I'm just glad that I had an opportunity to listen to the teams that took part in today's discussion. And the debate on water management, so whether we should involve international bodies to manage water. I was just thinking about the Ladakh incident, so China and India, and I'm thankful to Shudip that because of the censorship on press, so there are things that we do not often discuss. And Daring Debate has lived up to its expectations. So it has actually talked about issues that talk about, so even, we do not consider it safe posting on Facebook. And here we had a very interesting debate, our budding scholars, as Shudipta was saying, and Alia joined in, of the discourse was really picked up by our debaters. So I'm really, really thankful the teams from IUB, BUET, and Chittagong University. So they have really made us proud, and I'm sure that so one of the teams will move on to the next round, where they'll be meeting their challenges from Nepal, Myanmar, countries in Africa, UK, and the US. So this is a huge thing, and to be a part of it, and ULAB being the Bangladesh chapter of it is amazing. So thanks to Dennis Lalanzul, I don't know how, did I pronounce your last name right? And Dr. Seema Solanki, so they have been instrumental behind bringing this Daring Debate to Bangladesh. I'll be failing in my duty, and I know Tawfiq will be thanking everyone, but I think I should mention the Bangladesh Debating Council. Without their help, so ULAB being such a, so small university compared to others and a new university, so we would not have been able to carry it out. So thank you so much, Bangladesh Debating Council, and especially to Shudipta Ahmed, Alia, Inkiat, and Parinda. So you have been amazing. I noticed how you conducted the session earlier today. I'm really impressed, and thank you so much. So you have really, really made us proud. And also, Samil Alom, Abdul Mustaq, Maisha, Sana, you did a good job. And Zareen, I'm a big fan of Zareen. So he manages things wonderfully. Alif, Farhad, Asif, Iman, Sajid. So you did a wonderful job. So really, really, so I'm proud of you all. So thank you so much. Maybe a step for us. Next year, hopefully, so fingers crossed, if the pandemic is over, so we will come back strong. And I'm sure you will see ULAB team on the second day as well, not only in the first day. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and also for being here with us today. Now the most awaited moment of the closing ceremony is finally here. I would request the Chief Adjudicator, Mr. Shudipta Ahmed, to declare the final results.
Hello. So with me on the final panel, I had Alia. We also had Parinder Rahman from North South University, Rafiu Shafin from Vertical Horizon, and Ahmed Dosif Jami from Dhaka College. The teams competing in the final in opening government was CUDS A, in opening opposition was BUID A, in closing government was BUID B, and finally in closing opposition was IBADU 1. And in what was a unanimous decision, the winner of ULAB Daring Debates Bangladesh chapter is, congratulations, guys.
So
All right, congratulations.
Yeah, sorry. Do you mind repeating it? So it got dropped. The name of the winners, please.
Hello. Was I inaudible at any point?
Yeah,
you were inaudible when you were you were discussing the
announced it.
winners' names.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So the winner of ULAB Daring Debates Bangladesh chapter was closing opposition IBADU 1. Congratulations.
Okay. Congratulations, IBA.
All right, congratulations to team IBA DU1 for making it to the global finals. Now I would like to request Mr. Tawhidul Islam Khansa, Senior Lecturer, School of Arts and Humanities, and also the Faculty Advisor of ULAB Debating Club, to please share a few words with all of us. Sir, your microphone is muted.
Yeah, it's a common mistake. Thank you, Sana. I hope you can hear me now. So thank you, everyone, for being, joining us virtually today. This pandemic has caused us to socially distance ourselves, but it has also surprisingly opened up avenues of, connecting with people from across cities and borders, and that's how we were introduced to the Difficult Dialogues team in the first place. I would like to begin by, first of all, congratulating the winning team. You did a wonderful job. It's time to celebrate. And when it comes to thanking, I would like to begin by thanking our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor H.M. Jordul Haq, for joining us today. And, he has given us his constant support to all co-curricular activities at ULAB and definitely to our ULAB Debating Club. I would also like to extend my thanks to Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Shamshad Murtaza sir, for introducing us to Difficult Dialogues in the first place, and for his guidance throughout the process of organizing this event. Not just this event, I should add, every single event that the Debating Club has organized so far. He is both a patron and a practitioner of critical thinking, and it shows in his never-ending enthusiasm for our debating club. Everyone involved with Difficult Dialogues and Daring Debates in India, Dr. Seema Solanki, Dennis, Pratik, Vinay, and others behind the scene. I'm sure I haven't chatted with every single individual who worked behind the scene and spent hours to make this event successful and to make sure that everything was in place. We are also grateful to the ULAB Admin and Communication Office for their support throughout the process. And as Shamshad sir already mentioned, this would not have been possible without the expertise and the support of Bangladesh Debating Council. In the past, we have had unconditional levels of help from BDC. While with every new event, we realize that BDC is not just an organization. It's not just a platform for debating, but it's more like a family where even the smallest clubs, such as the one we have at ULAB, we are treated with respect and care, and we get the support when we need it. So a big thank you to Bangladesh Debating Council. My special thanks to the adjudicators. Sudipto has done a wonderful job coordinating the entire event from A to Z. His contribution is visible everywhere. Alia, Inkiat, Parinda, thank you for your insightful feedback over the past 2 days. Although Adel could not be with us today, he helped us set the foundation for this competition, so I thank him as well. Big thanks to all the debaters who made this event engaging and thought-provoking over the past 2 days. And finally, the ULAB Debating Club team, led by Zareen, Maisha, and the wonderful executive committee for organizing this successfully. I'm sure I have missed quite a few names already. And since Zareen, as Shamshad sir has already mentioned, she has led this ship. She's the captain of this ship, and she knows where all the nooks and crannies are and what makes this ship sail. So I would like to invite Zareen. Sorry, Sana, I'm kind of like taking up the MC role from you. So Sana, would you like to kind of extend the vote of
Sir,
thanks?
you do it. Nobody better than you. You invite her over
Yeah, so
to
Zara,
just speak with you.
I'm inviting you to kind of conclude and add any names that I might have missed. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. And special thanks to our honorable Vice Chancellor and Pro Vice Chancellor for joining us today and giving their time and support. This is actually a very special event for me because it's not only like a virtual one, but it's also my very last event in ULAB. Over the past 4 years, I've been very fortunate to have organized a number of events. I was in the organizing body of a number of events, which is probably what gave me the organizational skills I have today and the confidence I got to go forward with this competition this time. So if I have to say frankly, when Tauhid sir mentioned about this upcoming competition, I was actually quite quite confused about what's going to be my new step, because I've only ever organized I've taken part in events related to media studies and journalism, which is my special which is the field I'm from, and or MUN, and even as for debating, we have organized it before, but I didn't work as the convener. So working as the convener and being one for a virtual debating competition, it was extremely challenging. But I can't really express how thankful I am to Bangladesh Debating Council and everyone I'll be naming soon, who helped me so much. So Samuel Bhaiya, who has pretty much been like an invisible backbone of our club since all the competitions. He has always been on the back in he's always been behind the stage and always motivating us, telling us what to do next, and he's never up on the stage. But this time I understood how much of a big hand he played in he had in all of these competitions. And then Adil Bhaiya, who helped us, as Tauhid sir mentioned, he set the foundation of this competition. It's quite unfortunate that he hasn't been able to be. He's not here today with us. And then he he gave Shudipto to us as a replacement. And I keep thanking Shudipto, but it's not enough. It's really not enough. He has managed the other adjudicators, as he has already mentioned, from various other countries, and he has conducted the entire competition so beautifully. And as for the other chief adjudicators, Alia, thank you so much, and Inkiad. There were many other adjudicators. Please forgive me if I can't name all of them. Claudia, Reed, and many others. I'm sorry, I can't name all of you. There were so many and so talented. So thank you so much to all the adjudicators and Bangladesh Debating Council for giving the support and guidance for turning such a complex competition into such a simple one. I mean, the day one was conducted over Discord, and the server was absolutely brilliant. I mean, it had it honestly felt like a virtual university campus for me. There was the grand auditorium. There was a room for where everyone could report the problems. There were rooms where where there were rooms for the ORCOM, and there were rooms for the adjudicators. There weren't you don't exactly call them rooms, you call it channels in Discord. So that was extremely interesting, and I was really overwhelmed by how to run Discord, because I've only ever played this silly game called Among Us in Discord. But Shrudipto always like, you know, he really like he helped me like stay composed. And he's like, okay, it's all right. That's very natural. He really helped me calm down. And like Discord, the server, it was brilliant. Like someone who would get an idea of like how it ran, like they'd understand how amazing it is and how far we've come. That like, you know, a university campus like server is like there virtually. And as for the difficult dialogues team, I'm pretty sure Dennis, I've been mostly in close contact with Dennis. Dennis has been amazing. Even he would be like, I would be consoling him and he'd be consoling me like, don't worry, Dennis, we've got this. And he'd also be like, don't worry, Zareen, it's okay. You know, it's fine. We've got this as well. And Dr. Seema, Vinay, Pratik, everyone. And these are actually the people I've only come in close contact with. But again, as Tauhid sir has mentioned, I'm sure there are so many other people behind the scene who I would really need to thank. So thank you so much for giving us that opportunity. And last but not the least, my ORCOM team. So I love you guys. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Sanna, thank you for heading the registration and, you know, doing the whole registration process thing so smoothly, and for agreeing to MC for this event today. Maisha, who has been creating posters and publishing them from day one. She has been absolutely amazing. No matter what the time was, every time I told her, okay, we need this poster, like, you know, I'd get like a knock within like 10-15 minutes, and like, you know, she's there with the poster. So even right now, she was like knocking me, oh, you know, we need to publish the poster for the winners. Like, what can we do? I was like, let me get done with the live first, and then like, you know, we can publish the poster. And then Alif, who was amazing with the communication. Every day I made him like make calls to each and every team. And, you know, he'd be like, okay, Apu, I'm on it. Like, you know, and he'd be there calling everyone. Farhad for making the amazing teaser videos for difficult dialogue. I still watch it. It's just amazing, and he's actually going to be making like a trailer for this competition as well. So thank you to Farhad as well, and the volunteering team of Asif, Emi, and Sajid, who have been in the report problems channel since like since 9 yesterday, and even from 9 a.m. to today. So thank you so much for that. And last but not the least, Mona Lisa, who is from my department as well. Thank you for agreeing to write the press release and take over the media team in such a last moment notice. And she's actually writing the press release as we speak. So thank you so much, everyone. I don't think I hope I didn't miss out anyone's names. If I did, please forgive me. And yeah, so with that, this is basically my last speech as a convener and an organizer of any event in ULab. So I'm gonna miss ULab a lot, and yeah, I'm really emotional right now. So thank you so much, everyone. And last but not the least, I told you I'd forget someone. Thank you so much, Tauhid sir. Thank you so much for everything. I've not only gotten Tauhid sir as an advisor, but I've gotten him as my so I'm doing my minor in English, and he was my English minor teacher as well. And it was one of my favorite courses ever. That course didn't feel like a course at all. It was so much fun. And on the side, I also got to learn all these survival skills as well, like, you know, on the side, and ended up getting an A+. So that was a plus as well. So thank you so much, everyone. This is me, Zareen, signing off. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir, and also Ms. Zareen Anika Islam for your kind words and all your guidance throughout. Zareen Apu, we are going to miss you. We are now at the very end of our closing ceremony. I would like to thank you all for being with us here today. And I would like to request the audiences who are watching us today to please give the team of IBA DU1 from Institute of Business Administration all the love and support, as they will be representing our country at the global finals that will be taking place on the 16th of November 2020. All the best to team IBA DU1. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much for being with us till the end. But before you leave, to know more about GSFA 2020 and the Daring Debates Global Final, please visit www.gsfa.org.uk and register at the site. Thank you so much.